finally out of the field, and I'm hoping to do another recap with my co-staff slash HI, who I was with this week. And if she can make it in later this week, we'll talk together about more of what happened. But for some of the simple stuff, thank God it's still actually kind of warm out in the field, almost middle of December, and we were having highs of like 50s. I could wear just a single layer and feel totally comfortable. It did frost over at night, and so you'd wake up with the entire outside of the shelter and anything that was left uncovered with a layer of frost. And at night, you had to make sure your wig or your sleeping bag was covered before it got too dark. Otherwise, by the time you start to get in it at night after dinner, you would have a layer of frost over it, and you'd have to warm it up by the fire. But it wasn't even as cold as it was 2 weeks ago, which I found really odd, but also fantastic. Because the longer the cold is postponed, the better. I'll be very grateful for a warm winter. But we did get salt pork and butter out this week, and it was awesome because both of my co-staff did not want their salt pork. So I had 3 packages of salt pork, and then one of them did not want their butter, 2 sticks of butter, and it was fantastic. I was frying scoobs almost every day and just completely experimenting with having this new range of food options. Butter goes a very long ways, especially when frying the scoobs. I made sticky buns with the pork. I made breakfast sandwiches, and I tried some of my traditional recipes with the salt pork instead of canned meat, and you really got to make sure you cut that stuff up because it's very thick. But it was fantastic to have that new range of food options available, and the kids were super excited to finally have salt pork and butter because they've been hearing about it for weeks and wondering, when are we going to get it, when are we going to get it. Normally it would already have come out because by this time of the year there should already be snow, but it's been pushed back simply because, again, almost middle of December, and there is no snow out there, at least for this shift. Last shift there was a little bit of frost on the ground, like actual piles of frost. This shift it was just like a thin layer of frost over everything each morning. Other than that, I did find out that more than likely I will be an HI next week, and looking forward to it, excited, kind of nervous. I haven't felt the full effect of that weight of the responsibility hit me yet, and I'm sure it will at some point. Probably that moment when I'm in the field with my group of kids and my co-staff, and the truck that drops us off like leaves, and as soon as they're gone out of sight, and I realize it's just the 2 of us or the 3 of us with these 8 kids. I'm sure at that moment it's going to punch me in the gut, and I feel like I should be able to manage. I do feel confident for the most part. Still kind of worried, but also looking forward to it. And that's not a 100% guarantee for next week, but a strong possibility. So I'm going to try to do everything that I can between now and then to be ready for that and start the next step. This is my 5th month, which is kind of crazy to think about. It does not feel like it's been that long, but it's about that time to move up in the world and become head instructor. So hopefully I'll know by the Tuesday night when I do my next vlog and can give y'all a heads up. Until then, I'll see y'all on the other side.